And fans from overseas have even made their way to Edmonton to take in the opening games of the Stanley Cup final, including my next two guests. Brian Shotton and his wife Nicola flew from the UK to cheer on the Oilers. Hello to both of you. Welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, it's game 2 tonight. You'll be at Rogers Place again. How are you guys feeling ahead of that game?
Nervous and excited. Bit similar to Wednesday, but we know the drill now for the playoff games, so we're kind of looking forward to it again.
Now, I think to set this up, I really need to understand, what is your connection to the Edmonton Oilers? How is it that they found their way into your hearts when you're all the way across the pond?
Well, it started with myself really in the late 1990s when I took an interest in ice hockey back home, and that led into the NHL. And Edmonton Oilers were one of the first teams I came across on video games and TV. So it kind of stuck from there. And then once we were married, it kind of came with me into our marriage. And then, 2007 we were married, and now we're 2025, and we've made a lot of trips and enjoyed a lot of games here in Canada and in Edmonton.
Really? So you've made several trips already to watch the Oilers play?
Yeah, including our 2007 honeymoon as well.
Wow. That is some super fan actions that you guys are taking. So now I understand that you guys had sort of a deal that you decided when you were watching the finals last year, you thought, we can't miss out if it happens again.
Yeah, and obviously we have to watch the games very early morning. It's usually around 3 a.m. back home. We were watching the game and Brian said, if they win this game, this was Thursday, he said, we'll book some flights tomorrow. And they won it, so we booked the flights. There was no other option. We had to do it.
What have other Oilers fans said to you if they've heard this story of how you developed this love for their home team?
I think it's one of those things that we know quite a lot of people in the city now, but when we meet new people, that they're amazed at it, and they're really, that Edmonton has a real passionate fan base, and the city's really close. So we're always treated very well, and we're always looked after here. So we're always made welcome.
How have you guys managed to sort of keep the love for the Oilers alive when you're out in the UK? Because you don't have that fan base really sort of to build momentum off of.
A few NHL fans back home. So we do have contacts of people who are Edmonton Oilers fans. So we do keep in touch with them. And obviously the late night games is something to talk about the next day. So it's definitely. And we do have very close friends over here in Edmonton who are like family. So we keep in touch with them regularly, and kind of keeps that link alive throughout the whole year.
Okay, so you guys, when did you fly in and you saw game 1, you're going to game 2. What's the plan after that?
So we flew in on Tuesday. We flew and we drove 2.5 hours from our home to Edinburgh in Scotland, then flew to Toronto, Pearson, then through to Edmonton, and we are catching the game tonight, and then we're leaving tomorrow morning back home, back via Toronto, and back to normal as such, and we'll catch the rest of the playoffs back on late night TV.
What is your hope for this series? What's your prediction? How do you think it's going to go?
I think the Edmonton Oilers will win the Stanley Cup and bring it back to Canada after so long. I think last year kind of hurt the team too much. I think that they're going to build on that and use that energy to bring the cup back to Canada and Edmonton. And I think the Oilers will win it in 6 games.
That's what I think too. I think Edmonton need it. Edmonton need it and want it, and it's coming. It's coming.
And do you think 6 games too?
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking 6.
Okay, both of you guys. And I spoke with the mayor of Edmonton earlier today, and he said 6 also. So I don't know what's going on, but we'll have to keep track of how that all goes and see if you guys are right on that. Maybe put some money on that. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you guys give me a quick cheer? How are you guys cheering at the game before we say goodbye?
Let's go Oilers. Come on.
I love it. Thank you guys for making time for us today, and go Oilers. Good luck to them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is Oilers superfans from the UK, Brian and Nicola Shotton.